Yeah, Neal has power, but he's not using it for all of us. He's not using it for the people here in the 1st Congressional District. He didn't use his power to even hold the most dangerous, corrupt, racist, xenophobic president in our lifetime accountable. I mean, literally, even in the middle of a pandemic, this is a guy that still can't grasp that healthcare should be a fundamental human right. I'm Alex Morse, and this is The Road to Revolution.
Now that Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush won, there's one giant race left. That's Alex Morse running against Richie Neal in Massachusetts. Richie Neal is the head of the House Ways and Means Committee, the most powerful committee in the House. Taking him down would be seismic. And Alex Morse is doing great. He put out a poll where he's almost caught him. So, bammo, they hit him with a conspiracy. As soon as I saw it, I called everybody I could. I brought out whatever cavalry I have, saying, hold the line, get behind Alex. This is obvious bullshit. Obvious. And I said, look, guys, this borders on, and I think goes past the border of homophobic. The Intercept comes in and debunks the living crap out of it. Turns out they're hatchet men. They're trying to get a job with Richie Neal. They set him up on purpose, and they had nothing. It's the textbook definition of a smear. Oh, they messed up, man. I want to say it. They f***ed up. Because now they got Alex a world of attention. And all we need is attention. The minute the media covers us, the establishment is totally screwed.
This was a story that was shopped around to mainstream media for weeks, and no one moved forward because there was nothing specific. No one would go on record. There was no evidence or corroboration. And so essentially what we saw was an anonymous blog post in a student newspaper that was then amplified by every outlet, from local media to national media. When I initially got an email from leadership at the College Democrats telling me that I had made students feel uncomfortable, while I couldn't remember a time that I had made someone feel uncomfortable, if someone is telling me that I have, then I wanted to own that and honor that and apologize for inadvertently making someone feel uncomfortable. But then come to find out days following that the very people involved that purported to be uncomfortable were in fact plotting to damage this campaign in collaboration with the Massachusetts Democratic Party. I have trusted the people of this district to see it for what it is, to come to their own conclusions, that this was no coincidence, that this happened 3 weeks before the most competitive primary, most competitive election in Congressman Neal's entire life. And this is the problem with powerful incumbents. When they can't run on their record, when they can't run on the pride they have for their policies, they resort to the politics of personal destruction that tears people down rather than builds people up. And people in the district are seeing right through it.
You did the right thing. The response was excellent.
Yeah, we got to respond.
Did.
Yeah, we got to fight back a little bit. I mean, when we announced this campaign over a year ago, we didn't expect to have a global pandemic in the midst of our effort. And so it certainly, changed things a bit, but really proud of our campaign and our team for adapting to, a changing environment. Put a mask on. We knock on the door, we back up 10 feet, and most people have felt comfortable coming to the door and having a socially distant conversation with us. I'm usually smiling a lot, so it's hard for people to see my smile, number one. But people are also struggling right now. There's a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. It certainly crystallized why I'm running for office and who our federal government works for and who it doesn't. So this is our new Morse mobile. We just got it this morning. We're gonna have it for the next 10 days. And so later on today or in the morning, we're gonna get some decals and really glam it up a little bit. But right now we just have the bootleg sign. Cool, I think I'm live. Hey everyone, so it's Alex. We are in the new Morse mobile that we just rented for the next 10 days. We're 10 days until the election on September 1st. I think without a doubt the most damaging thing that Trump has done is provide a voice for white supremacists.
What about the alt-left that came charging at as you say, the alt-right? Do they have any semblance of guilt?
Policy after policy, executive order after executive order on immigration, healthcare. I mean, you name it, he's just been disastrous. I mean, the most racist, xenophobic, corrupt, dangerous president in our lifetime. And so we certainly have a lot of work to do once Trump leaves office. I mean, I remember the day that my brother passed away from a heroin overdose, and hours later on social media seeing a picture of local politicians dressed up in fancy suits with a big check to a local clinic talking about how much they care about the opioid epidemic, when many of them have no clue the toll that it takes on families that are actually struggling with it. Congressman Neal talks about tackling the opioid epidemic at the very time he takes tens of thousands of dollars from the very opioid manufacturers that literally intentionally fueled this crisis in the first place. And so you can't take on the opioid epidemic at the same time you're taking thousands of dollars from the opioid manufacturers. My own brother, a year ago, I'm the mayor of a major city in the district, I couldn't even find my own brother a detox bed when he needed one. There's just so many gaps, and unfortunately my brother is a very real example of countless folks in this district and around this country that continue to fall through the cracks of a broken healthcare system. I didn't expect to be a spokesperson or an advocate in this campaign or when I'm in Congress on the importance of sex positivity, but I think it's an important conversation for people to have. I think it's important that people are open and honest. This puritanical sort of fantasy that people don't have sex or don't have personal lives is just archaic. And I've been very clear that I won't apologize for being young, for being gay, for being single, and having consensual relationships with other adults.